Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
We are going to talk about energy today and what's going on with your energy, how it supports you or maybe doesn't. She is an intuitive, she's a medium. She gives answers, closure, connection. She also does Reiki, has amazing energy healing hands. I've experienced her giving me insight to the other side and some clarity on things. It's great to have her back here. Miss Q is on the program. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you today?
Real good, real good. And I'm gonna share with everybody. As we were getting ready, you were adjusting your phone, and I've never seen this happen before. But every time you were touching your phone, like you were moving it, it was cutting out the signal. The Wi-Fi was all getting messed up.
Right.
Usually it's just a signal goes in the phone. Doesn't matter what you're doing with it. Unless you're driving.
Right.
Right. Now it seems to be fine. And I'm going to say it's your energy. You have a certain pretty amazing energy. I think was messing up the Wi-Fi signal because as you were holding the phone, your hands have energy.
Yes.
You were messing it up.
Yeah. That is probably like the biggest problem in my life is the electronics. I try to stay clear from certain things because I will mess it up. I don't wear watches. The only watch that I have been able to wear, honestly, is the Apple Watch. And I don't know. And I think because it does so many other things. But if you give me your grandmother's watch, that old school watch, and I put it on, I'm going to break it. I stop it. I've noticed that since I was little. Again, at that time, they didn't call it Reiki, right? Like, well, they did, but I didn't know about it. I'll say that because Reiki been around for years. I just didn't know I had it until later on. But yeah, energy is. We forget that this whole world that we live in, this is all about energy. Me, you, everybody in it. Everything is about energy. Some have it stronger than others. My energy is strong. I can make people rock back and forth just by standing next to them. I have scared a lot of people, not on purpose. When I was younger, I had no idea what that was. And once I realized, oh, that's you doing that. Practicing with it, honing in on it is everything because everything is energy. Whatever you put out in the energy brings back to you in energy, like just your flow, your movement, the person that you're with. Those things are tied into energy. So,
How does that go? The energy flows where your attention goes.
absolutely, absolutely, and it is the truth. As soon I did a test because I just wanted to see how strong my energy was, or just anybody else's manifestation abilities. And one day I said something really negative just to see. I kid you not, within the next day, it happened. And thank God I didn't do nothing drastic, but it definitely happened. And I'm going, okay, that saying is not only true. Now, at that time, I was like 18, but it's real. So you have to watch your mouth. So what I teach people is when you do say bad things, again, we human. So I'm like, I'm not going to get that job. That's not for me. I automatically tell people, say, cancel clear. You have 2 to 3 seconds before it reaches the universe, before it starts mixing a pot and making what you said happen. But I always say cancel clear. And for some reason, that works for me. A lot of my students, it works for them because it's like, oh, wait, I didn't mean to say that. That's just my human part. Because spirit, no, understand that we're human, that we came here on a human realm. Even though we came from a energy, spiritual, signed contracts, and this is how our life goes. Here in the human form, we don't know. However, we can try to make our own destiny by understanding that our energy and our mouths hold power. So when you put that energy out there, it's going to happen. And you know how you ever had people be like, see, I told you it was going to happen. Of course it happened because you kept saying
it. Right. Oh, well, how many times do your parents say to you, be careful what you ask for? You're going to get it. You're going to get
it. Yeah, absolutely.
It's coming your way.
And you know what? You used to laugh at your parents when they said that. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But you would get it. And you were like, God, my mother told me that. So, we all have to be mindful of what we put out there because energy attracts. So if you keep putting out there, I'm not good enough, I'm not going to get this, or even a job, just as simple as a job, like it was a whole lot of people out there. I don't think I'm going to get it. Then the energy goes off to the universe, and the universe say, okay, you don't want it.
Hmm.
But that
Cancel
person that
clear.
says cancel clear, it's just as simple. Just
You know what
remember
it
that.
you know what it reminds me of, Q? It reminds me of Gmail that has a feature. If you hit send, you have about 10 seconds to unsend.
That's it. Unsend it. You do. And that's mostly everything. What is it? At one time, Facebook had that where you could hit cancel and it wouldn't go through and all that. Now, Apple is doing it. You can text somebody, and if you do it within a certain amount of time, you hit edit, you can fix what you text.
Wow. Uh, I because I'm wired in the media world, I've been saying this, and I just do it just to reset myself.
Hmm.
But I say stop, rewind, play.
Oh, I love that.
Because it's just like buttons on a player on your phone, whatever. Stop, rewind, play.
I like that. I like that. Everybody don't have a mantra, right? Or everybody don't know. So I think that's beautiful. Whatever works for you, being that you're in media and that works for you, you see yourself with a cassette player.
I do. I see that you're pressing the
Yes.
buttons.
I can tell that. I can tell the way you said it that you can see it as well. And that's the best part about manifestation. That's about energy. You see that tape recorder, and if you stop, rewind, and then press play again, you go back to that part where you said that negative. And that's a great way to do it. I like that.
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
have
go
to add that too. I'm gonna have
little,
to add that.
little bit deeper. And
Okay.
I didn't even realize I do this, but there are some times where, a situation comes up, usually nobody around, but it's going to sound weird, but I want your,
There's no such thing.
I want your feedback on it. Um, I'll just shake. I'll just go.
Hmm.
And I believe I started doing it, not even knowing, but I'm just like, I just like, all right, wait a minute, change it up. Because I watch my dog and they are very intuitive, very
Very,
plugged into energy.
very.
And when many dogs do this, walk from, let's say, outside to inside, he will always do the shake.
There you go.
And
Absolutely.
I used to think that, oh, he's doing that because his fur is all matted. Maybe it was windy. No, he's shaking off the energy from the outside to transition into the inside.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All
Hmm.
my dogs can always feel when I'm coming. My mother be like, your dogs was barking before you even got here because it's the energy. They feel that. And what I do when I come home, especially I had the event in Raleigh, soon as I walked in my door, I started cleaning myself. I have a cleaner that I make, and I
Hmm.
use it all over me, get the energy out. I shake it outside. I don't even shake it in my house. I am doing the dog thing outside because I know better. Because I know that even though I met a lot of good people there are some people that had really some things going on. Now you coming home with that energy, and now you're thinking about their issues, their problems. You're like, what the heck? You got to shake it off. And that's a great way to think about it. Like, you got to shake it off. We walk through energy every day. You ever go to sleep at night and you just wake up cranky? You're like, what is, I just can't stand it. I don't want to go in. I don't want to do nothing. And then if you really sit and think about, like, where was I last night? I guarantee you, almost 98%, you're going to say you was with somebody who was very either pessimistic, negative, or had some stuff going on.
Hmm. Got
Pay
to think.
attention next time.
Yes, I was just gonna say,
Hmm.
got to think about that.
Yeah.
Um, wow.
Yeah.
You said you clear or clean your energy. I never do that. I don't even think about doing that. I think it's a fantastic idea based on our talks. How can we do that?
Okay, this is what I do. Picture a shower, right? Close your eyes. Picture a nice hot shower. The biggest ring you can think of, right? And this whole shower is literally pouring down on your body. And what you do is picture all that red, negative energy coming from your from your head all the way down to the bottom of your soles of your feet, and you're pushing it down. That shower is nothing but positive energy. So it's literally washing off my negative and giving me positive. So everything, and I literally stand there for a good 2, 3 minutes, and I just stand there, and you can feel it. If you concentrate and you know how to really see something in your mind's eye, if you can picture a shower, I guarantee you, the more you do it, you'll start feeling it. You'll feel it. You just have to concentrate. You can't let nobody, just give yourself 2 minutes. You don't even need that long. I take a quick shower, negative energy off, good energy in. Now I'm inside. Now I also have a wash that I clean myself with because I do speak to the dead, and sometimes they follow me home. So I make something that my great grandmother's been making for years to make sure that they stay outside as well. But for everybody else, just for normal energy, day to day work, you need to get that off. So pretending that you're outside your car. You know how some of us sit in the car for a little bit just to get it off? You can do it in there. I know I do. I get out of my office, I'm
Wow.
sitting outside my house, and I'm sitting in the car. And I think about that shower. Negative energy off, good energy on. I can feel it. I can feel the negative vibes going through my feet all the way down, give it back to Mother Earth so she can
Hmm.
recycle it as you would, let her recycle it. And then once you do, then you're clear. Negative energy free.
You
You
know,
feel
for
nothing.
for anybody that feels that, oh, come on, this is all woo woo, but whatever. Reiki, Reiki has been around for hundreds of years.
Yes, absolutely. Centuries.
And part of that, balancing chakras and such, you're told to visualize a white light from the top coming down.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
part of the practice
It is.
in a healing session.
Yes,
So that visualization, it's the intent you put into it, perfectly reasonable to understand that if you
yeah,
picture a shower. And I've heard before too that you can literally go in the shower and think, I'm cleansing my body, but
absolutely.
I'm also cleansing the energy.
Absolutely. I do. I take that soap and you wash. And I just say whatever's on me for the day is going down the drain. Like I do it in every way I can. But sometimes we can't come home and take a shower right away, right? We have something to do. Or for those of us who have kids, as soon as we walk in the house, it's mama, 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 or daddy, daddy, daddy. So therefore, if you think of it in your mind's eye that you were in the shower and you clean it off just the residue. Don't have to be a deep cleaning, just anything that you brought home with you that's not yours. So you can always say, whatever energy that does not belong to me, that is not in my best or highest good, I ask you to remove it from me. Clean that off in the shower. You're done. Later on, before you go in your bed, I do not sit on my bed until I take a shower. And then I get the rest of it off. Whatever deep things was, if I did a reading, that's all still in my mind. I'm going to take a shower and I'm going to get off of there. Do you
Mm.
remember when I told you I was going to the expo and it was a dead person following me,
Yeah.
a spirit following me, and I was can't wait to see who it belonged to? The wife of that spirit actually sat in the front of my lecture. Okay, that's energy. I asked her, "How did you know to sit in the front?" She said, "I don't know. Something just made me sit in the front." And I was so happy. Her husband name was Charles. And I asked her before I could even get started, I said, "Do you know who Charles is?" And she said, "Yes, that's my husband. He just passed." So, it's always mind boggling me, even though I've been doing this for years, how spirits follow me even before I get to it. But it's energy. It's all about energy. They know I have good energy and they know that I'm going to make sure that they person get it. And so that energy moves me there. That energy moves his wife there. And she literally sat in the front. She said, "I would have never sat in the front. I have no idea why I sat in the front."
Mm. And you had no idea.
I had no idea who he was. It was driving me mad. Like, okay,
Crazy.
Charles, you got to wait till we get there because I have no idea. But he was just a talking. As soon as she sat in the front, I said, "Oh, that got to be her." And I asked. My assistant gave me the microphone, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't even hold it. I just had to. "Please tell me this is your husband that's been following me all weekend." And she just bust out laughing. And she said, "Yeah, that's him. He just passed. He has only been gone for maybe a month or so."
Wow. And I've heard some people say that you shouldn't seek a reading when it's a fresh passing. You need time to go by. I don't get why that would even be.
I don't even believe in that. Because, first of all, we can't make them come to us, right? I don't care if you want to talk to them or not. If they don't feel comfortable coming or they don't want to say anything, they're not. I have done plenty of readings where somebody wants to talk to somebody and they will not come. It's no message for you, honey. I'm sorry. Just take it that they're okay and you're fine. But there's some people that left this world with some unspoken things or some clarity for that other person. Like she actually was in the bed with her husband when he passed. So that was a really daunting thing for her. I can't even imagine for anybody to go through that. You know what I mean? And he knew that. And he could not cross over until he knew that his wife was okay. And my dad came to me the next day after he passed. And I'm like, wait a minute, the next day, if you don't go sit down, what are you doing here? Again, because, my mother was having a hard time. Still is. It was 50 years. She just, and he's looking at me like, okay, what are you doing? Go tell her what I said. And I really didn't want to do that. I didn't even know how I felt. Like I wasn't finished grieving. But spirits on that side, like they need closure too. They need to say something to help you move on. So if that means that I got to go through you to do it, then that's what I'm going to do. Some spirits are
Hmm.
strong and some spirits are not. It's all about the energy.
Question: the messages that come from the other side,
Hmm.
are they messages that we need to hear? There's a
Absolutely.
reason. There's a reason. Like,
Okay.
a loved one is not going to communicate through you to give the message to somebody else unless there's a reason.
Absolutely.
Somebody's not gonna from the other side want to communicate with somebody through you just because, yeah, I just want to say, hey, what's going on?
Right. It
There's
does
a
not work that
reason.
way.
There's a reason.
Absolutely.
They
Absolutely.
may just say, hey, what's going on? And they say, hey, how's it going? Or whatever, because in some way, shape, form, you needed it or you needed to hear it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, some of us think like, are they okay? Did they go in pain? Are they at peace? So if you have that on your mind, yeah, I done had a lot of readings where they just wanted to say hi. I want you to know that I'm okay. Don't worry about my soul. I'm fine. I'm at peace. Things of that nature. Nothing strong or nothing. And I can't tell you that every person has always said, thank you. I needed that. Just as
Hmm.
simple as I needed to know that they were okay, that they didn't go in pain.
I don't know why, and I'm going to say this, but
Hmm.
I'm speaking from within.
Hmm.
It doesn't, trying to pick the right words. It doesn't concern me to know that others in my world were in pain when they passed, were um, suffered, or anything like that. I don't think of that. It doesn't enter into my mind. And
Okay.
I feel that maybe it's because it doesn't now matter. They're in a place where it's all good, and we don't need to focus on that.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
not important.
No, no.
Help me. I don't know
I'm with
why.
you.
I'm
I'm with you.
trying. I almost feel,
Yeah,
I want to say I feel bad when I
right.
think
You
of
feel
those who,
cold. Yeah. Hmm.
but I kind of don't. Like
Right.
I don't know why.
You suppose because you understand. You're in tune. Not everybody's in tune or understand. Death really, some people are even scared to talk about death. So you got to think about it that we understand it, we okay with it. I know that even though they were in pain in this life, as soon as they crossed over, all that thing is gone. They back to the viral self that they want to be. They present themselves how they want to be in that era that they were, where they were at their best or at their highest, you
Hmm.
know and a lot of people don't get that. They don't get it. They in turmoil. Even my sister, being around in this family, all she wanted to know is all the things that my dad went through. Did his soul go where it needed to go? I didn't even know she was thinking that until my dad came to the next day and made me tell her that he's okay, that there is a God and he's at peace. And I
Hmm.
was like, I don't even know why he would tell me that because I know that. But then my sister said, Oh my God. I literally was just wondering if he got to go to a good place. And I was like, really? Like she was crying. She just profusely, like, I can't believe you knew that. Because he's talking to me. Even in my own family,
Wow.
they used to me doing it, but they still, it's just a little bit like a little creepy, like you could do that.
It's like I think my dad passed when I was much younger, had a heart
Hmm.
attack, sudden. He was on his boat, and
Mm.
that was
At
his
his peace
passion.
place, he was with his peace place.
He was in Peace
Perfect.
Place, right?
Hmm.
And I've thought about it. The boat was docked. There was a Coast Guard station with a helicopter not far away, but they couldn't even get him there fast
Oh
enough.
wow. Oh
Um,
wow.
and I think about that moment. What was that
Right.
like? What was that like for him? Um, but then it goes away. Like it's not important. I don't,
Right.
I don't
Because
want him to
again,
be in pain. I don't want
right.
him to be scared.
Right.
But it's almost that was then. This is now. I don't,
Absolutely.
and I hope he's in a good place. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Again, unfortunately, everybody don't think that way. I have seen people actually go really make themselves sick because they was wondering if that person is still in pain. Did they go in peace? Did they go in heaven? Or are they walking around in purgatory? I have seen people really make themselves sick off of a soul. Like we are the one that's stressed out. We got to pay bills. We got to do
Yeah,
everyday life, and we got to
yeah,
go to work. They're the
yeah.
ones that's chilling. They're the ones that's, oh, sorry. They're the ones that's living their lives to the fullest. Like they're in peace. No more worries, no more stress, no more I have to get up in the morning. And then, but people at that time, when you lose a loved one, when you lose a friend, you don't think like that. You just don't.
No, no, and it's I would say maybe years ago I thought deeper about it, but I'm in a different place now, so I don't
Right.
think of it in that
Because you
way.
elevated. Right.
Maybe,
When
maybe.
I was younger, I lost a lot of friends growing up in Brooklyn. And that was like my turmoil. Like, oh my God, is they okay? Even though they would come to me the next day, I did. But the more I'm going to say, let go, right? And understand that we're the ones stressing. They ain't got no stress. They ain't got no car payments. They ain't got no rent. Like they are free to
Yeah.
either start all over or just chill for a little bit. We're the ones got to get up in the morning like, oh my God, the light bill due, my
Yeah.
credit card bill due. They ain't
Wow.
got none of that. And then once I started realizing like, hey, that got to be peaceful, then
Right.
that's when I started to like, okay, yeah, no, they're fine. I'm the one, hey, like I'm the one over here worrying about what I got to do tomorrow
Yep.
before even the tomorrow come. They're just like, this is beautiful.
I honestly, after our talk, and I don't need to do it now because you are good energy, but I can't wait to take an energy shower
Oh yeah, you need to.
in different situations, if you know what I'm saying.
You talk to a lot of people.
You
Seriously.
know, it's at the end of the day, sometimes I'm a little drained. I get it
Yeah.
because there's always an exchange, and we do deeper stuff here. You know,
Right. Absolutely.
one thing,
Absolutely.
to talk about, hey, these are pens, these are great pens. You can write. No, goes a little deeper.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
how do we connect with you, Q?
Okay. For those of you who are looking for me, you can go to my website. That's www.intuitivewisdom.com. That is intuitive with a Q. Or you can call me at 839-232-9339.
Always love talking with you. Learn something new every single time.
I love it. It's my pleasure. You're great energy. Again, energy is
You are.
amazing.
You are until you touch your phone. Then it gets all wonky.
Yeah,
So
then it's
do
gonna start
that.
wonky.
All right. We'll catch up soon. Thanks a lot.
Yes, talk to you soon. Take care now.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.